Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Josh, and this is
Wyatt.
And we're here from Dodger Stadium this week, and This is the rundown. Yogi Berra quote of the week.
All right, Yogi Berra quote of the week. This time it's the other teams could make trouble for us if they
win. Usually that's bad for your team.
But if the other team loses,
it's great.
It's good for you.
It's a party.
And I thought that was applicable considering some of the stuff that recently went down with the World Baseball Classic this past week.
That is true.
Teams winning made trouble for some of the other teams.
That is true. So let's go ahead and get to our recap of the past week. It has been a busy week in the World Baseball Classic. We had a fantastic weekend of games. So we're going to start with Pool C, where United States and Dominican Republic advanced. Let me just go ahead and start on that. United States barely advanced. We got lucky by playing a terrible Canada team.
Barely is still an advancement.
Yeah, but we shouldn't be barely advancing out of the first round.
Well, I think the team played very well. Looking back at them, I mean,
we had a very slow start against Colombia.
A slow start against Colombia, but Colombia proved throughout the tournament, throughout their next few games, to actually not be as bad as we thought they were. Gotcha. They proved to actually be pretty bad. I mean, they played the Dominican Republic all the way to the 11th inning.
Which I feel like they would have won that game if the extra inning rules were not in.
They might have won, yeah. So Colombia actually wasn't that bad.
No.
So I'm not.
Canada was that bad.
In hindsight, I'm not surprised that they play this so close. We obliterated Canada, and we played the Dominican Republic. Actually, we didn't just play them close. We had them beat up until the 8th inning.
We blew it.
Andrew Miller blew it.
In true American fashion, we blew it. We blew the lead.
Andrew Miller usually looks like that game. It was weird, but But I'm not surprised with the way this pool played out. I think that was what most people saw.
We expected that. I'm pretty sure.
It played out pretty much exactly like I thought it would in terms of how it would finish.
Dominican Republic going undefeated.
Yeah, I figured the Dominican Republic would breeze through. They didn't quite breeze through, but they still they didn't really have too much trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, and the U.S. finished second. The only thing I would have maybe switched around is Canada third, Colombia last.
Look, Canada was literally just Freddie Freeman, and that's about it.
In hindsight, I can see now that was probably just me being hopeful for Canada.
There's just not enough major league players from Canada that are willing to play for Canada.
Canada had also too many washed-up players. I love Eric Gagnon to death, but he hasn't pitched since 2008. Why the heck was he on Canada's team?
Because Canada, who was born in California, but he's Canadian.
Because his parents were Canadian. You know what? I love that Freddie Freeman was playing with his mother.
But I'm just saying their best player was
your best player was born in the States.
Which you could say for Israel and Italy, but that's neither here or there.
That's another topic for another
We'll go
day.
to Pool D, where Puerto Rico and Venezuela advanced. Venezuela, with a very slow start, they're my pick for the champs. But with that very slow start, they're making me rethink that. Yeah. They had a very bad start.
You can get an opportunity to change that later.
Sure. But Venezuela had a very bad start. I didn't realize how bad their pitching depth was.
Yeah.
Because they have great hitters.
I will say
they have two good. I got it wrong. Julio Teheran is Colombia, not Venezuela. I thought he was Venezuela. But yeah, I mean, they have two good pitchers. They have King Felix. They have someone else that I can't name right now.
I'm blanking too.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But cluster.
It's not deep either. Their bullpen is basically a washed-up Francisco Rodriguez and then a bunch of people no one's ever heard of.
Yeah, but I feel like Venezuela shouldn't even advance, honestly.
Venezuela should not have advanced, and the only reason they did was because of a tiebreaker scenario that occurred. So Puerto Rico breezed through and finished undefeated in this pool. So we're just going to not talk about Puerto Rico.
They did great. Good job, guys.
They did their thing. So
technically America.
Yeah, you're in American territory. Not really a country, but again, that's another topic for
51st state.
For later.
It's voted on multiple times.
I want to see it.
Everyone does, mostly because everybody's tired of it. But anyways,
get it off our ballots. Venezuela. I mean, not Venezuela. Yeah. All Venezuela to advance, just completely advance, no problems, controversy, beat Mexico.
Yes.
But they didn't. Mexico got their first win of the tournament against Venezuela. And then that threw everything out of whack because then you had Venezuela, Mexico, and Italy all tied at 1-2. So they went to the tiebreaker formula that they're using this year, which is runs allowed per inning, per defensive inning, might I say. Runs allowed per defensive inning. And the bottom team gets eliminated. And the upper two teams play a tiebreaker play-in. Mexico had the lowest. They got eliminated. So they did all that work, winning this game, for Venezuela won. And I think this has to beg the question, is this the correct tiebreaker formula to use? Because in the past, it would have been something like run differential.
Run differential is a good way to do it, but you had some issues in the last World Baseball Classic where teams were just running it up. They were just jacking up the score.
There was also a fight between Canada and Mexico.
Exactly. There was fighting
which,
because of it.
Honestly, I loved.
I mean, yes, but I mean, I don't want to see fighting in an international tournament that everybody's supposed to be like, hey, we all like baseball. Yeah, world, yeah, peace. Anyways, it's kind of like the Olympics. It should be kind of like, that's not what the Olympics is for.
No, but it's entertaining.
It's entertaining, but okay. That's not the point of it, though.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying. I honestly feel strongly about this, and I think the formula they're using right now is absolute crap. Run differential, because runs allowed per defensive inning only tells you how well you did on one side of the ball.
Yes.
Because you could have the most amazing defensive team ever, but if your offense can't score, then are you really that good?
Well,
no. I would say go back to run differential, and I actually did the math.
What?
Yes, I went back and looked at the scores for all three.
Like he goes to college or something.
I went through the scores for all three of Italy's games, all three of Venezuela's games, and all three of Mexico's games.
Okay.
And I didn't calculate their runs allowed per inning. I just got it off the TV.
Okay.
I don't even remember. I think they easily had the highest one, so they were in. Venezuela nudged out Mexico by .01 runs per inning. Yes. Venezuela 12. So Mexico just barely got nudged out in this scenario. But if you go by their run differentials, Mexico actually had the best run differential. They had a -4. And I know all three teams were in a negative, which that's not good. But if you're comparing them to one another, Mexico was the better.
That's just more Puerto Rico just destroying everybody, honestly.
That's because Puerto Rico obliterated all three of these teams. So
I mean, it doesn't even matter.
You go, Puerto Rico, you go.
But I think the most messed up...
Venezuela had the worst one, though, just to finish. Venezuela had the worst one at -12. -12.
I think the worst part about it is that, according to Adrian Gonzalez, they were told before their game against Venezuela that if they won by 2 runs, they would be in the next round. And they won by 2 runs, and they got bamboozled.
After the game was over, it was actually officially announced that the tiebreaker game the next day would be the next morning. They changed it after they redid the math or something. I don't know what exactly happened, but they changed it and said, actually, it's Italy and Venezuela playing, not Mexico. And Adrian Gonzalez is actually super pissed right now. He is quoted as saying the Little League World Series is run better than the World Baseball Classic.
It is. The Little League World Series is a well-oiled machine.
And he says he's never playing in the World Baseball Classic again, which is sad.
He's old, though. I wasn't expecting him to play in the next one anyways.
Honestly, I didn't think he would still be able to play for 2021, but hey, if he was, then good for him.
But he's got a point. The Little League World Series is a well-run.
I mean, I understand where he's coming from, but at the same time, back, and I think the way to bring it back is change it to run differential. Come on. Run differential gives you a better understanding of how good a team, idea of how well a team performed, not just on defense, but on offense well. And you can see just how well these teams compared and did against all the other.
I mean, run differential, I don't think they're going to go back to run differential just because it caused a lot of issues.
I think most of those issues stemmed from confusion over what would happen, though.
No, I think it's an issue of, hey, why are you purposely trying to run the score up?
It's for the run differential, and honestly, I think if it was flip-flop, Mexico would have done the same thing.
Yeah, probably.
So.
But anyways, Pool E, which is the second round of the World Baseball Classic, Kingdom of the Netherlands dancing.
Yeah, Kingdom of the Netherlands and also Aruba and Curacao.
Where all their players are from. Anyways.
Not all.
So the other 2 teams in this group was Israel and Cuba.
We're not going to talk about Cuba because they were awful.
Poor Cuba. Oh my gosh. But anyways, Japan destroyed everyone. This was in Tokyo, by the way, the Tokyo Dome.
Yeah, Japan just killed.
Japan killed everyone.
With home runs. That team has a lot of power.
They have a lot of power. They have great pitching. Netherlands squeaked out. They won the rematch against Italy, and poor Cuba again. And then Italy beat Cuba, but they couldn't beat any of the other two. So I mean, good job, Israel. First off, Israel.
Yeah, Israel.
You did a great job in making Israel popular.
Definitely.
I mean, making baseball popular in Israel.
Israel has nothing to hang their heads in shame about. They have everything. They were not expected to do anything. They were expected to absolutely demolish in the first round, and that would be the end of it. But instead, they sweep all they had to do, if they had won just one more game in the second round, then at worst, they would have had to go through the tiebreaker scenario and possibly have a play-in game.
Yeah, but Israel, I mean, Netherlands got their revenge on them. So
right,
and the Netherlands is a really good team with really good pitching.
They are. So Israel just they got to the point in the tournament where the other competition was just too good for them and they couldn't handle it. But that being said, like in their third game against Japan, they had to start their closer, Josh Side.
Yeah.
They ran out of pitching, and you know that can kill you right there. I agree. Just their performance. They lost 2 games. They went 4-2 in this tournament.
Yeah.
4-2. Made it to the second round. So this is going to go a huge amount. This is going to pay huge dividends for the baseball in Israel. And I really think that in 2021 we're going to see more actual Israelis on the team.
Hopefully.
I'm excited to see Israel again.
I mean, I'm glad they're winning, but I feel kind of cheated that them and Italy. Both teams did pretty good.
Yeah.
Did better than everybody thought they would. But I feel kind of cheated because their teams are kind of mostly composed of Americans, which is kind of cheating, I feel like.
Well, it's because of the eligibility requirements. I mean,
and those eligibility requirements can get into it, and so baseball can get more popular around the world.
It's a way to increase baseball's popularity. After a certain point, maybe 10 or 15 years, once we start to see baseball growing in these countries and starting to see more actual natural-born citizens that are getting to this level of competition for those teams, I think then they might lower the eligibility requirements to be able to play for certain teams.
Maybe.
And that way you'll be able to see more actual natural-born citizens.
I think they base it on how many of those how many countries are in the minors and the majors. Like,
That's
how
true.
many guys are playing from that country.
Yeah, because
like
Israel's Americans were mostly minor leaguers.
And the thing is, these teams got in during qualifier rounds, playing qualifier games.
Yeah.
Using not most of the guys they have on their team now.
Right.
Because most
are
predisposed. So I feel kind of cheated because imagine working your way, getting your country into the World Baseball Classic, and then coming in, take your spot. That kind of sucks.
That would suck. It would. But we'll just have to wait and see how the eligibility stuff plays out. And again, this all hinges on the growth of baseball in these countries.
Yeah.
And I think with continued success, we're going to see more growth. Because Israel was one game away from being able to play their way into the championship. So Israel is about to see a surge in baseball popularity. Italy has been growing ever so slightly over the past 8 or so years because they've been enjoying some success. I mean, in this classic, they were one game away from advancing to the second round. So we're starting this. But we know Israel has probably been the biggest surprise of the tournament
just
thus far.
In general.
And just the surprise of the past week. Pools C and E, and then the second round pool of Pool E.
And the couple games of Pool F. But biggest surprise, I guess, would just be Venezuela just not clicking on all cylinders right now, because they are a much better team than what they've shown. They somehow got into the second round based on technicalities.
They got in on math.
Yes, they got in on math, which everyone knows math is very important. Stay in school.
I did the math.
He did the math.
But it was addition and subtraction nonetheless, but math.
You got Venezuela kind of struggling.
Very.
I wasn't expecting them to struggle as much as they did.
And their pitching depth.
Yeah, that too. And then another thing, surprise, but Puerto Rico's has kind of surprised me a little bit. They have a lot of great players.
I saw that coming a
mile
away.
But I just never thought that.
I saw that coming a mile away because you got to think, in 2013 they were in the championship game and they were this close to winning it.
Yeah.
They were so close to winning the World Baseball Classic they could almost taste it, and then they got denied by the Dominican Republic. So this is a team that's on a mission. They are looking for their redemption. They are looking to basically do what Clemson football did. They got up to the pinnacle, but couldn't quite reach it.
Mm-hmm.
So this next time, they finally have a chance.
How dare you bring a different sport into this show?
We did it last week. We did it last week talking about the All-Star game, Josh.
Anyways.
Don't even give me that right now. Don't even give me that.
Okay, continue. I'm sorry.
But they got right up to the edge and they couldn't quite capture it. So this time they don't just believe they can, they know they can.
Yeah.
So they're going for it. Honestly, for me, it's a poor performance and a disappointment, but not Venezuela. It's Mexico.
Mexico.
See, looking at Mexico's roster, I honestly felt that this team was poised to make a huge run. All right, I didn't think they were going to win it, but I thought they would at least make it to the final round, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, I did. And the fact that they absolutely choked in their first game against Italy, and then they lost to Puerto Rico, which, I mean, that didn't surprise me, but they barely beat Venezuela out, and then they couldn't get out of the first round in their own country. That was really surprising to me.
I've also heard a lot of bad things about their stadium, the Jalisco or whatever.
Jalisco, yeah.
Jalisco, yeah.
And Guadalupe.
That's besides the point. Sorry. Continue.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm really surprised by Mexico's poor performance. I expected much more out of them, and I was really excited for this pool. I was expecting it to be the best out of the 4 pools, just in terms of the competition and the level of competition we would see. But it was really dissatisfying. Honestly, Pool C wound up being the best pool because.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I mean,
told you. You said Pool D.
You know,
oh no, Pool D is the pool of death.
That's because I thought Mexico was going to do better than they did.
Pool D is the pool of death. It's like, oh really? Okay, I got Pool C as the pool of death, but whatever.
In hindsight, I was wrong. You know, I didn't really say everything I said.
Yes, you did. We have the tape.
No, we don't.
We have the tape.
No, we don't. That's a myth perpetuated by the World Baseball Classic.
Turn into facts right now.
Maybe.
Anyways, predictions.
Yeah,
everyone's favorite part like that later.
So we can be wrong in more ways.
Yes. Okay, so Pool F, which consists of United States, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico. I don't know why I said it like that.
That was slightly offensive. I'm kidding.
Colombia.
No.
What? It's not Colombia?
Venezuela.
Oh yeah, Venezuela. I forgot. Wait. Okay.
Colombia finished 3rd in Pool C.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah.
I just saw Colombia in your thing, so okay. Anyways, Venezuela. My bad. I forgot Venezuela.
Just ignore my ramblings on this piece of paper.
Yeah. Anyways, so you got those 4. You already got Puerto Rico beating Dominican Republic, which is a huge win.
That was a great.
You got United States beating Venezuela.
Also a great game.
Eric Hosmer with the win, actually greater than Thomas Jefferson. Anyways.
Yes. That was clutch.
And then tonight you got Dominican Republic against Venezuela.
Watch it, but it's going to be awful because I don't see Venezuela putting up much of a fight.
No, I feel like Dominican Republic's going to be very angry.
They're going to wipe the floor with them. I feel like the Dominican Republic's pissed off after that loss to Puerto Rico.
They're pissed off because of a very poor strike zone.
Tony Perez got tossed in that game, and it was the greatest thing. It was funny.
That strike zone was awful, though. Oh, my gosh. Anyways, Yachty with the framing, though.
He's a great catcher.
He's a great framer. Great at framing. He could frame a murder if he could.
That was good. That was good.
Anyway, so Wyatt, who do you think advances in this newly?
This is the pool of mega undoubtedly. Again, Venezuela plays the role of Canada in round C.
Ooh.
Because Venezuela.
They lost probably their only winnable game against America.
Yes, because Venezuela already got waxed by Puerto Rico in the first round, so I see no reason why it won't happen again. And Dominican Republic playing them tonight, like we already mentioned, they are PO'd, and we're looking for somebody to take their frustrations out on, and who better than a weak Venezuela team?
Yeah. That's
underperforming. So it really comes down to 3 teams, the U.S., the Dominican Republic, and Puerto Rico. And this is really tough for me to pick, because my heart is screaming USA to advance.
Let your patriotism out.
I just don't know if they will, though.
They won't.
Because
their pitching is awful.
The Dominican Republic is now pissed, so they're going to be looking to take out their frustrations.
It's not even that. It's just the fact that America's pitching is just not good.
Yeah, offensively, like the lineup for U.S.
The lineup's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
We have Paul Gold. I don't know where we're putting him. either of them.
We got DH. There's the DH.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But like
Adam Jones has been and Christian Yelich have been holding down the outfield.
Yeah.
And what's scary is Nolan Arenado has been underperforming at the plate in this World Baseball Classic, but as soon as he finds the groove, dear God.
But he's still fielding amazingly.
Yeah. Because he's just that good.
But you got to remember, we only have one good pitcher, and he's barely good in Chris Archer.
Archer's not in the second round.
He's not?
Because of the designated pitcher pool. He's going back to the Rays. He got replaced by Drew Smyly.
That's better. Drew Smyly.
We still got Marcus Stroman, I believe, though.
Okay, that's good. Shamalama Ding Dong is...
Samardzija?
Yeah, I just like calling him that.
All right.
There you have it. Anyways, he's also in there. He's probably, I don't know if he's in for the second round.
He's in the pool. He's in the
pool,
designated pitchers pool. I don't know if he's been called up for the second round. I'm not sure on that. If so, then
interesting.
That's an excellent.
I mean, he's had a tough couple years, but
honestly, I think they'd be better off saving him for the championship round if we go that far. Then that's a very big if.
Very strong if.
And I don't think we will because I'm looking for Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic to advance out of this pool.
Yeah, no doubt. I feel like America will give the Dominican Republic a great game again.
Indubitably.
I don't know how we will do against. It won't destroy us, but we won't win. That's basically like 2 to 3 runs, and they're just dominating us for the game. And it was a close one to Dominican Republic, probably the same way we did last time, because our pitching is not.
Thank you, Andrew Miller.
Our pitching's not very good.
Thank you.
So that would be Japan, Kingdom of the Netherlands,
then DR and PR.
Nice. Anyways, so last chance to change your original prediction.
All right. So if this plays out like I think it will. All right, Japan and the Netherlands have already solidified themselves. Japan will play the runner-up of Pool F.
Okay.
The Netherlands plays the winner. If it plays out like I think it will, Puerto Rico, I think they easily beat the Netherlands. Not easily. But I beat the Netherlands. They're just overall all around a better team. So they advance to the final for the second one in a row. The Japan-Dominican Republic game, honestly, I think is going to be a fantastic game.
Oh, no doubt. That's probably going to be the game of the tourney of this classic.
And even though Japan has such a high-octane offense, I'm going to stick with my original pick. I'm going to have the Dominican Republic advancing, and I think they exact their in-tournament revenge and repeat. As tempted as I am to change it for Puerto Rico or Japan, I'm not going to. I want to stick to my guns here because the Dominican Republic is still very much alive and capable of winning this.
Well, my guns are awful. My guns were Venezuela. They're awful.
At the time, it seemed like
I've got Japan versus Puerto Rico.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Japan winning.
Okay.
Japan's got momentum. They've got pitch. That's all you need. That's all you need in baseball.
To me, I think if the Dominican Republic doesn't win, it's Japan. To me, it comes down to the winner of that DR-Japan game. So
the only thing I can see stopping Japan is maybe being jet lagged from going from Tokyo to LA. That's like a 12-hour flight or something like that. But they probably landed in Los Angeles yesterday or something.
I would imagine them finishing up the pool like a day or two ago. They would already be there.
They should already be in Los Angeles.
They should be there, if not today, tomorrow.
Yeah, and then they get practice.
By the time this round starts, they'll be well rested. So I don't see that being too much of an issue.
Japan winning it all, and I'm probably going to change my pick next time.
Actually, no, because
it'll be over.
Next week.
Dang it!
This is your only opportunity to change it.
Oh, you know what?
Stick with.
Can I get your pen real quick?
Yeah.
USA, USA, USA. All right, that's it for the rundown.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, have a great spring break, and we will see you
in 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
2 weeks. Thanks for watching, everybody.